mechanical grabby stick. Fluff on it because it's got tape on and it attracts fluff. The end snapped, so it was originally fixed with gaffer tape. It's just, yeah, it's polishing a turd really. Let's get this off. See if we can effect a bit of repair on this. So all that's happened is, because everything's made of cheese these days, is it's sheared off. So that collar needs to come up a bit. And that would mate with this somewhere. There's a line there. There we go. That would mate up with that. The first step, we'll stretch this out a little bit more. So what we do here is just not going to hold it. There. That can stay put, you. So if I can get that to stay there until turn that end. Let's put a tiny dab of this on here a minute. To try and make it stay put. Let's rock that around a bit. There we go. Stay. Don't move. You git. Right, stay. Want some hot air at 100. I'm trying to burn myself. Let's give it a little bit of a blow with hot air. Tends to make super glue set quicker if you just give it a tiny little blast of just 100 degrees. There we go, it's gone solid-ish. Right, first thing I'm going to do is super glue it in place for where it should be. And then I might just melt a couple of staples into it. And maybe epoxy it as well, don't know. Let's turn that around. So I'll glue this onto here in a couple of places. There's got to be a long stick on the end of it. Let's just put this on here. Okay. There's a nice big powerful spring in this. It's going to hold that in place for us so we don't have to mess around too much. I'll just gently place that down. Put the cap on. Give that a couple of minutes to set. Right, what I have here are some heavy duty staples from a staple gun cartridge. And try and hold these with some tweezers, heat them with a soldering iron and just melt them in. Just try and help hold it in place. Don't know how well this is going to work. I guess you just find out. Right, turn that on. Temperature. I'm going to say 280. Not really sure. Tweezers. There we go. I guess I could use a blowtorch, might be easier. Or hot air. Yep, stop the soldering iron. Let's use hot air. So I'm going to go 350 on the air. And try not to melt anything. There's not enough grip there, is there? Right, let's close pliers. These might suck up too much of the heat. I'll give it a go. Needs to be an angle we can work with. Be like that, wouldn't it? Definitely not hot enough. Fire. Man make fire. Man make fire. Big guns. Right. Nice and red hot. Whoops. Oh, that's gonna stink. Let's turn it off a sec. Oh, I set the fan up, it's gonna get smelly in here. I think that'll work. It's a pretty good bond by the looks of it. Let's go for another one. If you haven't, I recommend another pair of pliers. Nice and hot, sink him in. Turn off the flame and leave it to cool down. So I've got 4 staples embedded in the plastic across the join. I'm not going to leave it there. Where's the nippers? One thing I'm going to do this year is sort out my tool drawer because it's a bit of a tip. Right, I'm just going to flush cut these off. Now what I'm going to do is just put some epoxy over these as well. I'll cover up these sharp tips and make it a lot stronger. It won't be the prettiest repair, but we can always, if we do care about aesthetics, sand it back. Can't say I do, so it's probably not going to happen. I'll get the Aerodite glove up first because this stuff's horrible. Yeah, if you're going to do this, I would highly recommend you either do it outside, unless if you haven't got a proper area to do it in. This mat is pretty heat proof to quite a high degree actually. So I'm not too worried about hot things, setting fire to things. Or of course do it outside. If you haven't got fume extraction, do it outside because smoke coming off plastic is going to be quite nasty. That's already feeling very solid. But I'm going to go belt and braces on this. So I've got a bit of sandpaper, that's a bit of cardboard. I've got some sandpaper here. There's something else fitting off the back. Let's get a bit of this. Just going to rough this up. So you get better adhesion. some of these really pointy bits off actually. Let's cut these right down. There's nothing to go through anyone's fingers. It's better. Let's rough all this up. If you don't pre-sand before you apply glue, you can end up with quite a weak bond. So roughing it up is all about increasing the surface area and giving the glue something to hang on to. That's all that. I'm just going to get my new toy out. Give that a blast, and a quick spray with some alcohol to clear off any surface grease. I don't think there will be now, I've sanded it, but you never know. Right. Now get the good stuff. Erodites. Right, I need some bit of scrap cardboard to do. We don't need a lot of this. Oh, for God's sake. Dropping it on the floor. One p. And another p. If you watch my Santa repair video, then you'll know that this stuff, it's very, very strong. It does go off quite quickly, so you've got to work with it fairly fast. Make sure those are filled in first. And smooth this over. Let's fill that one in. And sand this back when it's dried. You want a nice smooth finish. Last bit. It's like I made it just the right amount. It's all the way around. That's fairly uniform and flat, so we're just going to leave that for a couple of hours at least. Let it go off and see you on the other side. But first of all, just going to use alcohol to clean this up. Bit of isopropyl, you can just go over this. Any resin left over, you don't have to throw your tools away, then you can keep reusing them. And we'll get rid of this. Right, a couple of hours, that should be done. And we're all done, I think. Nice and solid. Grabby stick works once again. So yeah, these are only like less than a £5. Found in various tat shops, but yeah, it's still nice to fix it and not throw it away, and it lives to grab another day. Cheers.